So there's something lodged inside the patient's ear.
Yeah.
And we're pulling it up right now. Oh, okay, so we see that there's actually some length to it.
Yeah.
Is there some chain connected to it? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it looks like some sort of
Go ahead
chain.
and pull. Oh, wow, okay, so okay. So hold on, go slowly because we don't want to cause any undue stress to the patient.
Yeah, to
there
the
we go.
canal. There we
Wow,
go.
look at that, it's just coming right out. Okay. Maybe, yeah, rest that right there.
Wow.
So we do find that sometimes people, try to itch inside their ear or something, or they try to reach deep inside, and in the process of doing that, they actually can drop something. This looks like it was a very thin chain that must have fallen deep down the ear canal. What people don't realize is just how deep the ear canal really is. So you shouldn't be putting anything inside of your ear that doesn't belong there. Even Q-tips, there's a lot of opinions that say that Q-tips are dangerous to put in the ear. Okay, so that's actually about 4 inches worth, I'd say, that's come out of there already. I'm curious to see how long this is. Hopefully it's not an inch or two, but you never know with these things. We'll find out right now as we pull this. Wow.
Yep, I'm just trying to pull as fast as I can so that we can get this out of her. Obviously, she's been experiencing a lot of discomfort. So we're going to try to remove this as safely and fastly as possible. I'm just hoping that we don't run into another charm or clasp, because that's where it can get tricky. But so far, so good.
Wow. Now, so far it's really going nice, because sometimes you can see the ear start to kind of inflame and the body starts to hold on to the foreign object. This one's just sliding out really nicely, but boy, I have to imagine that when she put this in here, she wasn't really thinking that it could fall this far down.
Exactly, and yes, to your point, there is no swelling or redness, which is really great. That means that her ear is not infected yet, although we will be getting her on some antibiotics because we don't know where this chain has been. And obviously her ear canal is not used to having something like this inside of it. So yeah, it's coming out really nicely here. This is great. We're just gonna give it another tug. She's doing so good. Yeah, it's just one of those things where people are kind of tempted to put things up their nose or in their ear, and it's just never a good idea.
And you will sometimes see a patient really start to react as this comes out. But it's really important to stay perfectly still. That's why we're doing things very calmly, very gently, because we don't want any, jerky reaction here that might cause it to actually fall deeper down.
Yep, exactly. Okay, we're pulling. Oh wow, we're making really good progress here. Look what's already come out. I think we must be reaching the end soon. She didn't say exactly how long it was. So we're not quite sure. I'm pretty amazed with how much has already fit in there, and that she didn't come in sooner. She said that she did this at the beginning of the day. It's now the afternoon. So I'm surprised she wasn't experiencing more discomfort.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna pull gently. Try to get all that out. There we go. She's doing a really amazing job. Just wanna make sure that we get all of this out. And conveniently for me, this chain is actually the easiest to pull out because you have something to grip onto.
Now, I'm really surprised at how long this is. Normally, we see things that are a couple inches or so. This thing has really got some length to it.
Yeah, it's a lot longer than I was anticipating. And like I said, I'm surprised she was not in more discomfort. Yeah, you can see this is wraps around itself. Just really long.
And now, any second now, we'll see just how long this thing is, because I have to imagine the end is gonna come out of here any second now.
Yeah, we're really close to the end.
And what I'm curious to see is whatever's attached to the end of this, that's what she initially put in the ear. So the end of what we pull out will be the first thing that she stuck in her ear. So you know, we'll see if it's some sort of a interesting shaped thing that maybe she was trying to scratch inside of her ear, or if it was some sort of a cleaning device. Whatever it is, we're gonna see whatever it was that her intent was to put in her ear at the end of this chain, which we should see any second now, because boy, this is really, really in there.
Yeah, I can't believe that she was able to get this all the way in there.
A lot of times when things happen like this, it's an accident. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's not something that they intentionally put in their ear. It's just something that they happen to have had fall in their ear.
Wow, look at all of that.
It really is a lot. I'm really surprised that she was able to, you know, tolerate this for as long as she did.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, I'm really curious to see what's on the end of this chain.
Okay, now any second now, we're gonna see the end of this thing come out of here. As soon as we do, watch for the shape of the object, because I think it'll be very telling when we see what's on the end of this chain, what the intent was of her.
Yep, absolutely. And now I'm going to, with my other hand, I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure to the lobe, because sometimes that can loosen, and a little bit behind the ear, there's pressure points in our ear that when you press down hard enough, it can actually help open up the ear canal.
And fold the ear forward like this as well. Look. See this? Can we do some of that?
Yeah, so
Sometimes that can loosen the pressure.
Those pressure points as well. So I'm just taking my hand and I'm squishing the ear like that, and you see
Sometimes that gives relief.
it gives relief, but it also can make it a little bit easier to pull things out of your ear. Amazing. Wow. Okay, I think we're reaching the end now. So I'm just going to give one more final pull. And we should be all the way out.
Yeah, we should get a little bit more aggressive with it here.
Yep, here we go. Pull, 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 pull. Wow. Okay. Yeah, and as you can see it coming out of the ear, this obviously is very big for the canal. So it is difficult to get it out of that opening there. So she will be a little bit sore tomorrow. There we go. All right, I think this is the final pull, and then we'll be able to see what's on the end of this chain.
Yeah, let's get it all the way out of here.
Here we go.
And 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Going all the way out.
Oh, wow. Wow, this is incredible.
It really is. Look at how it just comes right out of there.
It just comes right out, which I'm really happy about, because obviously there's a lot. Look at how long that is. I imagine that's already like 18 inches probably. It's come out. It's incredible. Here we go. We're gonna tug. Gentle pull. And I'm being very gentle with this because I don't want to scratch or cause too much trauma to the ear canal. As you can imagine, with all of this already traveling in and now out, the ear canal is very sensitive and it's been through a lot of stress. So we're trying to be as gentle as possible.
Now, while this is happening, can the patient still hear things from this, or is it all kind of muffled, or what?
It's muffled, like you would have, you know, headphones on, noise-canceling headphones, or earplugs. So she still can hear. It's just a lot more difficult. Obviously, our ears were never intended to have something like this inside of them.
Now, any second now, We're gonna see what's on the end of this thing. In fact, I think I see it coming out. In
Yep.
one of these next few links, we're gonna see the end of this thing. And what I'm really curious about is the final measurement of this chain, as well as the shape of the object on the end of it, right?
Right. Oh, yep. You can see the chains are starting to look a little bit different, it looks like. So I think that's a good indicator that we are towards the end. I'm gonna go back to those pressure points because that was really opening up the canal for me.
Yep.
And apply one right there. Okay.
Right.
Another squeeze behind the ear, and there we go. Okay. I'm gonna give another gentle pull. Here we go. We're gonna start getting a little bit more aggressive here because it is time to get this out so we can send her home and start the recovery process.
And now she is probably going to have a big reaction as soon as one of these last few next links comes out. She might twitch, she might jump up, because as this final piece comes out, it's this feeling of release from inside your ear canal, which is one of those sensitive places in your body.
Right, and it's a feeling we don't normally have. It's a sensation that we're not used to, of something coming out of our ear.
That's right. Wow, look at that coming out. And any second now, we're gonna see the end of this thing come out of here.
Okay, here we go. Going to pull. Oh, it's coming out really nicely. Man, just take a look at all of that that's already come out. That is incredible.
It
I've
really
actually
is.
never seen anything quite like this. Have you, doctor?
I've not. I've seen things that are a few inches long, but with a chain like this, it's easy to see how, you know, the length of it could easily get lost inside there.
Okay. All right, I think we're coming up on the end here. Going to pull. I'm gonna use my little tweezers to clasp a loop in the chain, and that's how I get my leverage, and I just pull,
Wow.
pull.
Look at that. So cool, huh?
It's very interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it.
And it's a good thing that you came in soon, because some people have a tendency to think they can get this out on their own, and you know, medicine's not one of those things you want to try yourself.
I've actually never removed jewelry like this from someone's ear before. It's always been, you know, living creatures like cockroaches, larvae, spiders that go inside the ear and burrow themselves. So this is a completely new experience for me, but I think I've learned a lot from the doctor, so hopefully I'm doing a good job. You can let me know if I need to change anything.
No, I think we're doing great. We're just gonna get it out of here.
All right,
now.
I think I can tell from the resistance right now, if you watch her ear, how it's resisting pulling out. I think that means we're at the end.
Okay.
So I will have to get a little bit more aggressive and a little bit stronger with my pulls, but
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get this thing out right now.
Let's
So
do it
this
right
is
now.
exciting. Here we go.
Great.
Deep breath, everybody. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And
Right.
pull. Wow. That's amazing. Okay, that was a good pull. Okay.
And here comes the last little bit right now.
Yep. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe how long this is. All right, here we go. And we got a loop. Another big pull. Oh yeah, this is about to come out at any second. I can feel the end is near. Wow.
Go ahead and just get that last part out, and let's see what's on the end of this thing, right?
Wow, look at this chain. This is incredible.
Wow. Okay, here we go. So people who are watching this at home, This is a chain that was inside of the patient's ear when she came in. A lot of times people have a tendency to try to itch deep inside their ear, and maybe it's something where something else could be involved in the ear, and she's trying to actually retrieve it.
We're not quite sure what the situation was, but here is just for reference. This is the beginning of the clasp, and then you see the chain connected to it. So we think we've reached the end, so we're just waiting to see what the end of this chain looks like and what's attached to it. So here we go. Another big pull.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here it comes out right now.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Right.
Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna get this out right now. Here we go. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow. It's really coming out quite nicely.
It really is.
Just got one more big tug, and then we're home free. She can start the recovery process. Here we go. Get those pressure points one last time, and then we're gonna do our final pull.
Let's do it right now.
Right there.
All right.
Right
5,
here.
4,
Right there.
3,
Okay.
2,
1.
Here we go.
Oh, wow. It's coming out, it's coming out, it's coming out. Here we go, I can feel it. Yep, okay. I'm gonna have to get a really good grip because this is the end of the chain. And so it's whatever's on the end is a lot bigger, so it's not coming out as smoothly. So that means that I need to do a good job of getting some leverage with these chains and pulling gently but forcefully. So here we go. We don't want to cause any damage. So here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow.
Pull,
Okay.
pull,
And we do want her to really relax during this time because this is the part where they normally freak out. This is where the initial object was that she put in.
Yep, we don't want to freak out. Okay, I'm getting a little bit. Here we go. Okay, this is the most stressful part.
So I think that you should grab a firm grip and just give a solid pull. Do you want to show how long that chain is that's come out so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty incredible.
Let's take a look at this.
This
maybe,
was the
maybe
beginning.
You want to wrap it around your hand, or?
And yeah, here, I'll see if I can look at how long this is. I think, there we go. And I'm just going to place it in my hand so you can see, and then we're gonna get the rest of it out. Look at how long that is.
Yeah, so
That's incredible. How many inches would you say that is,
I would
Doctor?
say that's about maybe 2 feet.
Is that the longest you've ever seen?
I've never seen them that long.
Wow. All right, here we go. Pull, 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 pull. Oh, I heard something in there. I heard something.
Oh, is it coming?
Yep, it's coming.
Okay.
It's coming, here we go. Okay. Okay, oh, I felt a lot of release just then. Okay, I think that we have escaped from the ear canal, and now we're just on the surface in the hole right there called the epidermis. And now we just pull. Okay, we're about to get this out.
Look at that.
All right, pull, pull. Here we go. Can you see that clasp?
Yep, I
You
can.
see that? That big circle, this is the end. This is the end. We've reached the end. We don't know what it's gonna look like, but we're gonna give a big pull.
Be very careful with this last piece. We don't want to disturb her. She's being very calm.
I'm going to very gently pull.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, here it comes. Here it comes. There's that
Put it all the way
clasp.
up, and don't be shy to get aggressive with it now at this point.
There's that clasp. Here we go. We're gonna get a little bit more aggressive. There it is.
Wow.
There it is. Wow. All of this came out of her ear. This is amazing.
Look